Absolutely. The death penalty definitely deters crime. If you look in the Bible, Deuteronomy 19 and 11 says, "But if any man hate his neighbor and lie in wait for him," so that would be premeditated murder. "But if any man hate his neighbor and lie in wait for him and rise up against him and smite him mortally, that he die," so he laid in wait, it was premeditated, he smote him and he died. It says, "And fleeth into one of these cities," so now he's fleeing. It says, "Then the elders of his city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood, that he die." Okay? 20 and 21 says this. It says, and then to answer if it deters crime. Okay? Now watch this. It says, "And those which remain," meaning the people that witnessed this whole situation, "and those which remain shall hear and fear," okay, "and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you." 21 says, "And thine eye shall not pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot." All right? There should really be no alternative. The thing about it is, the consequence or the punishment should always fit the crime. If someone murdered someone, if it's premeditated murder, then they should be murdered themselves, or they should be killed themselves. The scriptures say that the same way a man sins, he shall be thus punished. So, absolutely. Okay, so it says, would strict procedures eliminate arbitrariness and discrimination in death sentencing? Yes, absolutely. Because as long as you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, there will be no respect of persons. If someone does wrong, then they'll receive the wrong that they did. If someone does someone in a way that they shouldn't do, they'll receive just punishment for that which they did. The thing about that is, I'm not going to say eliminate it, but at the same time, with the advancement of DNA technology, I'm sure that it's a lot better. I'm sure that, people, because whenever you go into the DNA, I mean, if my DNA can't be yours, so I mean, if I killed someone and I left my DNA at the scene, they're going to find me. They're not going to find another Tom, Dick, and Harry. They're going to find me because of my DNA. The punishment should fit the crime. If someone steals something, then their hand should be cut off. If someone kills someone, then they should be killed themselves. If someone, whatever the crime is, the punishment should fit that crime. So it's not really about, is this person a bad criminal or whatever? Because sin is sin, crime is crime, wrong is wrong, right is right. And so the person that committed the sin or the person that committed the crime should have to deal with the consequence that goes along with that crime. If you steal a piece of bubble gum, you shouldn't be murdered. If you murder someone, you shouldn't get a slap on the wrist. You understand? It says execution for punishment. Those are strong words, but aren't executions relatively swift and painless? They can be, and they should be. In these days and times, we don't really deal with like the guillotine and taking people out just to shoot them, but I think lethal injection and the electric chair. So I mean, that's, I guess, pretty humane. I never seen it, but at the same time, the one doing the execution shouldn't be like the one that committed the crime, right? We should show some humanity, even in keeping the laws, right? The death penalty definitely deters crime. Of course, going back, the book of Deuteronomy says that the ones that remain will see what happens to the one that committed this crime, and they shall fear, and they won't commit the same evil, right? Does it give victims justice? Well, depending on the crime, again, depending on the crime, because of course, if the victim was murdered, then he's not really receiving justice, he's dead. And again, it's not really about the victim receiving justice. It's not really about that. It's just about the one that's the judge, right? Following the law. That's all it's really about. There is a definite humane way to execute. Like, you wouldn't want to bludgeon someone to death because they bludgeon someone to death. Because it's not about us using our emotions to implement the laws. We have to do, of course, we have to implement the laws correctly, but at the same time, we still want to show that we are civilized people that follow the laws. Now, the last one says, why does Amnesty International oppose the death penalty? This is why. Because they are for human rights, right? But the one thing you got to understand is that in the scriptures, whenever you kill someone or murder someone, what do? You lay down your rights. You understand? So the Most High God said that if you kill someone, your life, he will require your life. So now you've lost your right to live. You see that? You praise the Most High.